Help me hit 7,000 subscribers. Support the video with a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you. I never thought silence could be louder than words. But that's exactly what I learned the week my girlfriend went to Miami with her ex. Her name was Hannah, and for 3 years, she'd been my calm in the storm. Or so I believed. We met at a friend's rooftop party in Boston, where she laughed at every joke like she'd been waiting to. I fell for that laugh, bright, effortless, honest. For most of our relationship, we were solid. We worked long hours but always made time for each other. Fridays at our favorite Thai place, Sundays on the couch with bad movies and takeout. Nothing glamorous, but it was ours. Then came Miami. It started with a casual text. Hey, Ryan. A few friends from college are going to Miami next month. Josh is coming too. You remember him, right? Josh, her ex. The one who taught her what love shouldn't feel like. I didn't answer immediately. My thumb hovered over the keyboard while my chest tightened with quiet disbelief. She followed up an hour later. You trust me, don't you? That sentence, those 5 words, were a trap dressed as innocence. I did trust her. Or at least, I had until she used my trust as a shield to do something she already knew would hurt me. I didn't argue. I just said, if you think it's a good idea, go. She replied with a heart emoji, like she'd passed a test. I left it on read. For the next few weeks, she acted normal. Sending reels, complaining about work, asking what I wanted for dinner. But I could feel the shift. Something in her tone had changed. It wasn't warmth anymore. It was tolerance. A week before the trip, I asked, casually, so, who's all going again? She listed names quickly. 3 girlfriends, 2 guy friends. Then Josh slipped in like a lowercase secret she hoped I'd skip over. I nodded. Cool. That was it. I didn't fight, didn't guilt her, didn't make her choose. I think that confused her more than if I'd screamed. The morning she left, I drove her to the airport. She leaned over before getting out of the car, kissed me on the cheek, and said, "Don't be jealous, okay?" I smiled faintly. Jealousy's a waste of time. Her eyes searched mine for a reaction, but I gave her none. She walked away with a strange mix of confidence and unease, pulling her suitcase like a victory flag. That night, I didn't text her. Not the next day either. On day 3, she sent a message. "You okay? You've been quiet." I typed back, "Just giving you the space you wanted." She left it on scene. That's when I sent the only text that mattered. It wasn't angry or cryptic. Just simple. Don't rush back. Take your time. No emojis. No follow-up. Just that. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument could have been. For years, I'd filled silence with reassurance, explaining myself into exhaustion. But this time, I let the silence speak for me. By day 5, she started posting Miami pictures, sunsets, beach drinks, hotel mirrors. But one photo caught my attention. It wasn't the content. It was the caption. "Sometimes you have to do what makes you happy." I didn't like it, didn't comment, didn't even open it. I simply stopped watching her stories. People think indifference means you don't care. In reality, indifference is what you reach when caring has burned itself out. A week passed. Then she texted again. "You didn't even ask how the trip was." I replied after 2 hours. "Hope it was everything you wanted." She sent back, "You're being weird." I didn't answer. That night, around midnight, she called. Twice. I didn't pick up. On the 3rd call, I finally answered, calm as ever. "Ryan," she said, her voice sharp. "Why are you acting like this?" "Like what?" "Like you don't care." I exhaled slowly. "Because I don't need to prove it anymore." There was a pause. Then a sound I hadn't heard in a long time, her breath catching. The start of a sob. When she started crying on the phone, I didn't say much. I just listened, quiet, patient, detached. That's what threw her off the most. For years, she'd known my buttons. She knew exactly which tone, which silence, which half apology could make me fold. But this time, she was shouting into a wall that wouldn't echo back. "Ryan, what's wrong with you?" she asked, her voice cracking. "Nothing," I said simply. Just realized I don't need to fight for someone who already chose to leave. She tried to speak again, but I hung up before she could finish. It wasn't cruel. It was closure. 3 days later, she came home. I didn't go to the airport, didn't text, didn't ask if she needed a ride. When she walked through the apartment door, dragging that same suitcase she'd pulled like a victory flag, I was sitting on the couch with a mug of coffee and a calm heartbeat. She stopped in the doorway. "You're home," she said, like it surprised her. "I live here," I replied. Her eyes darted around. Something about the room looked different. Maybe it was the missing photos, or the fact that my things were already neatly packed into boxes by the wall. "You're leaving?" she asked quietly. I nodded. "Yeah, you went on your trip. I took mine too, just in a different direction." Her lip trembled. "You're overreacting." I smiled faintly. "You don't get to decide what hurts me and what doesn't." For a long moment, she just stood there, unsure whether to apologize or defend herself. "I didn't do anything wrong," she muttered finally. "Then why do you sound guilty?" That question broke something in her. She sat down, covered her face, and whispered, "I thought you'd fight for me." I looked at her, really looked, and realized how much of myself I'd spent proving I was worth staying for. I'd been mistaking her chaos for passion, her indifference for strength. "I did fight for you," I said. "Every day I stayed, I was fighting. I just finally realized I was the only one in the ring." She didn't chase me when I left. I think pride wouldn't let her. But a week later, she started texting again. "I miss you. Can we talk? You're being unfair. Ryan, please just answer me." I didn't reply. The silence became its own kind of message. On the 5th day, she showed up at my new place, her hair tied back, eyes swollen from crying. She looked smaller somehow, like the version of herself that always had something to prove had finally deflated. "I can't sleep," she said softly. "You said take your time. I didn't think you meant it like this." I set my coffee down and met her eyes. "I did." She shook her head, voice trembling. "Why didn't you tell me you were done?" "I did," I said. "I just didn't use words. People say closure comes from talking things out, but that's a lie. Closure comes when you realize the person who hurt you can't heal you too." She stood there for a long time, hoping for one more argument, one more reason to believe she still had power over me. But there was nothing left to take. Finally, she whispered, "You're really not coming back, are you?" "No," I said quietly. "And that's not punishment. It's peace." She started crying again, that deep, uncontrollable kind that comes when pride finally gives up pretending. And for the first time since Miami, I felt something. Not anger, not pity, just release. A week later, she posted a photo. "Sometimes you lose the person who loved you most, and you don't even realize it until the silence hits." I didn't like it. I didn't need to. The message wasn't for me. It was for everyone else. A quiet admission that she traded something real for something temporary. Funny thing about silence. It doesn't demand attention, but it earns respect. I didn't block her. I didn't delete her number. I just stopped needing her to know I was okay. That's the part people misunderstand about walking away. It's not about showing strength. It's about finally refusing to measure your worth in someone else's eyes. So when she went to Miami with her ex, I didn't argue. I just sent one text, and a week later, she finally understood what it meant.